Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCET and PBS SoCal, and I am joined by the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. A lot of decisions of what can reopen and when are based on COVID-19 rates in both counties and smaller communities. Jackie has been tracking those trends closely.
Yeah, recent COVID-19 deaths, hospitalizations, and new cases have all dropped in LA County, but LA still has a really long way to go before restrictions will ease. So last week, the state unveiled a framework that sorts each of the state's 58 counties into a tier, which determines how much businesses are limited. The new system is color-coded, and it's based largely on new daily case numbers as well as positivity rates. Right now, LA County is in the most restrictive tier, that's purple, meaning that COVID-19 is widespread. Officials today said that there are 13 cases for every 100,000 people in LA County. That's nearly double the threshold for moving up to tier 2. Health officials are really urging people to keep wearing masks and socially distance over the Labor Day weekend. We saw a surge in cases and deaths after both Memorial Day and the July 4th holidays, and that's something that they would like to reverse.
Well, the classes may be online, but Adolfo reports many Southern California colleges are still housing thousands of students in dorms.
Yeah, here are a couple of examples. You see Irvine's planning on having 5,700 students in the dorms when the quarter starts in about a month. Cal State Long Beach has over 300 students right now. These decisions are partly based on revenue, and they're partly based on giving the students a place with more support so they can take their college classes. But as campus outbreaks in other parts of the country show, opening college dorms is a risky decision. Administrators in the Southern California campuses have come up with stringent rules. At UC Irvine, for example, students moving in will have to show a negative COVID test, also have to quarantine for 7 days with suite mates, that's about 4 to 10 students, and they'll have to do a daily symptom check. Some of the Cal State campuses I talked to didn't have such stringent rules, but what both systems did have in common is that they are prohibiting outside people from coming into the dorms.
Over the weekend, there were reports about a gun being fired during a Trump rally or near a Trump rally in Woodland Hills. Now the LAPD has released more information about those reports. Frank, what is the latest?
Well, the LAPD now says it's identified an individual who may have been involved in the incident yesterday and that they have served a search warrant at his residence. The statement from the department says he was not home at the time, but they did find a firearm at the scene. The LAPD stressed no one is in custody currently and encouraged anyone with further information to call the department. The statement, Megan, leaves a lot of unanswered questions. Did, in fact, a shooting occur at the Trump rally? Reports of gunfire prompted SWAT to search a nearby apartment complex, but officers came up empty. In other words, the LAPD statement refers to an incident, but doesn't describe what exactly it was. Did someone, for instance, just brandish a gun? It remains unclear. In any case, the department is taking it very seriously. The investigation is being handled by its Major Crimes Division.
I think we all felt a bolt of shock when we learned Chadwick Boseman was dead at the age of 43 from colon cancer on Friday night. A has more on his impact.
Yeah, it was a shock to a lot of people. It's still a shock as people are still mourning about this. And he is well known and going to be always known for playing Black Panther in the movie from a few years ago. But I spoke to Adelifu Nama, a Black Studies professor from Loyola Marymount University, who said that Boseman's legacy is more centered on the real-life Black heroes that he brought to the screen, such as James Brown, Thurgood Marshall, and also Jackie Robinson. And that is what people are going to miss, and also what was to come. And in case anyone's wondering, the script for Black Panther 2 was in the works last summer, and now with this news, who knows if the May 2022 release is still on track.
Thank you, A. He was such a young man and an inspiration to so many of us. Adolfo, I want to follow up with you. You were gathering a series of poets from across the country this weekend?
Oh, it went well. It was an event called Read Tacos, Eat Poetry, and it gathered poets and writers I've known from New York, New Orleans, New Mexico, San Diego, LA, and we talked about what's been going on the last 6 months.
Well, poetry saves. Thank you, Adolfo, and thank you all at the KPCC and LAist newsroom, and thank you for tuning in. Take care of your health, your family, your community, and we will see you tomorrow.